Hey everyone, and welcome to the Infinite Respawn podcast. I'm Chicken.
I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Grif.
I'm Baka.
What's up, guys?
So,
How's it going?
Hey, y'all bees.
I think
I'd
it's
be
about the
good.
same for
I
everybody.
think that's a
And
loaded
to
question
stay,
at the moment.
yeah, I was gonna say.
A wave from you two out of far, or three out of far.
Yeah.
There we go.
Uh,
It's been a week, that's for sure, for most people. It's on there.
Yeah.
So let's move into what we normally move into, which is what games everybody been playing. What you got?
I've been playing. I played the Resident Evil thing, and I've been playing Bloodborne. There we go. I was like, I know there was something that I was full committing into, and I couldn't think of it. But I've been playing Bloodborne on stream all last week and this week. Yeah. It was last week. Ollie's a little salty at me, and haha, Ollie, I know you're gonna watch this because I am like destroying that game, and he was struggle busting, and he's like, I hate you. I hate how easy you're making this look, and it's like,
But it's got to be easier after playing something like Sekiro, right?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Look.
You just played Sekiro like 5 times in a row or 4 times or whatever.
it was 4 times in a row.
I guess
Yeah,
you're
like
just
I've got.
like in that mindset of super hard dodge, patience.
Yeah, it's like I understand to look at the mechanics and break down the enemy and figure out how he works, and then just use, because I know how my character works down to a T. And then once I figure out how the enemy works, it's like, okay, good luck trying to hit me. I get to be the boss now, and I just smash pretty much anything I come across.
That
It's
sounds
a
like
lot of fun.
a fun game where you get to be the boss and just smash players as they come in.
That was Evolved Part 2. You get to be the big monster boss, and you get to smash the players.
But in this case, it's the opposite, to where they're still like the large size, like a regular boss, but you're actually the boss. It's like Mike Tyson's Punch Out when you go in, right?
Yeah.
Like it's huge.
But yeah, I've enjoyed the shit out of it. It's a lot of fun. My character is just so OP. I just run through anything that gets in my way. So far, nothing has really walled me yet. I've ran into a couple of bosses that were a little annoying, but once I got it to work for me, like the last boss that I fought was the scorpion scarab celestial bug looking thing, and it summons a bunch of little spiders. And the first time I fought, I was like, I can't kill the spiders because you can't hit them. You barely do any damage. You hit them from behind, you kill them in like one shot. It's like, okay, cool. You just dodge around, kill them. No big deal. Then the big boss has 2 types of attacks. And there's a little period in which you can dance in between. If you're close range, he does an area around him. If you're far away, he throws spikes at you. So if you dance that line, you can have him keep doing the close range, and then you just walk right out of it. Then you dance right next to him, and then you walk right out of it. He'll never use his range attack, and you can just kill the bugs, and then kill him, and then you just rinse and repeat. He only hit me once when I figured that out. No big deal. But I've been playing that. I haven't gotten to play it as much. I had to work. Season's starting to begin. It's a little chaos. Everybody knows it, and everybody's having a little chaos in their life. And I've been playing Call of Duty Warzone. I decided to throw my hat in that. I enjoy the shit out of it. It's a lot of fun. It's like, because I liked Blackout and I like Apex, and it's like those 2 main games just mushed together. And you just kind of jump in, you run in, you fight. It's constant action, always looking for something. And if you die, you get the gulag. You come back, you get to get back into the fight. You die again, your teammates can get you back up. You're never really out of it for good. And that feels nice in a game like this. The weapons, you don't have to worry about putting attachments on or upgrading or getting specific ammo and things like that. It's kind of taking care of you, which is nice too. Like in Apex, where you can just pick up weapons and go. Just pick up and go, run people down. I haven't won yet. I'll keep you updated on how it goes. I'm sure we're all going to have plenty of time playing games. So I'll try to get me a win somewhere, with or without friends. Probably without, but we'll see how that goes. I have a tendency to run off by myself because I'm always in constant motion. And then next thing you know, my teammates are like, how the hell did you get over there? It's like, because I'm moving. Constantly moving. Search and move. Search and run towards the gunfire. It's like just how I play, but I guess it's more complimentary when I'm by myself. I can just keep moving without having people lag behind me. But yeah, other than that, we raided in WoW. We almost one-shot the entire raid, which was really nice. We're going to finish it up tonight.
you say so.
Yeah, but that's I doubt we're gonna spend 4 hours on that one boss. But that's what I've done the last couple of weeks. There's a bit of Warzone, some Bloodborne, some WoW. And that's about it.
I've been playing, of course. Sea of Thieves got a new release where they added a new tall tale in. So I played through it last week. Really enjoyed the hell out of it. It's really cool because if you've played through the tall tales before, there's a tall tale that's set up that has like traps and stuff as you go through certain parts of it. This one's similar, except you're in the land of fire, so all your traps are based on fire and how to get around it. So that part's really neat. The storyline's really cool. There's 3 tunnels to go through. All 3 have different sets of traps and stuff in them. And they've stuck the journal system in order for you to be able to go through and pick up the journals. You have to go through all 3 of those, so you have to play at least 3 times to go through. When we played through it, which we've only done the once, when we played through it, another team was able to catch up behind us, and they tried to troll us. Yeah, that didn't work. We rolled them. And like, nope, you're not gonna play with us that way. Like, we were trying to be nice, and it's like, oh nope, you're not gonna roll us. Sorry, bud. So we rolled them. And then we ended up sinking their ship right afterwards. They'd parked right next to us like idiots. So we sunk their ship and destroyed them. That part's been really fun. I've also been playing Warzone as well, which I enjoy Warzone a lot. I think it's fun. I love the gulag aspect. Everything that Chicken was just talking about. The only thing it's on there is, which is the biggest complaint everybody has right now, is the fact that if you've played this game, the original, like played Modern Warfare, and you've gone through and you've played, you have your own loadout that you've played however many games, and you can set up your loadout that's on there, and it's basically pay to win when you set it up that way, because you have a thermal, everything else that comes along with it, that's stuff that's not set in the game. If they just change the price of the loadout to where it's not so easy to get, and make it to where if you have an entire team of 3, only one of the 3 can actually get their loadout if you drop a loadout down, instead of all 3 people being able to get their best loadout. You change that aspect of the game, or just make it to where it's RNG based like every other VR that's out there, period. You do any of that stuff, the game becomes a lot more entertaining and fun for everyone. But that's one of the biggest complaints that a lot of people have, is because they weren't regular players of Modern Warfare. Now they're having to build up their entire game to be able to drop those loadouts. And I just think that part of it needs to change. Everything else feels really clean. The movement's really quick on it. I love the aspect of the shields. A lot of people don't like the shields, but I like the shields. I don't like the fact we have 5 of them. I think 3 is fine. It would be a better
plating
number. Yeah.
Well, you do have 3, but you can carry 5.
You can carry 5, which is, I think 3 is enough, like just enough for your person. If you drop a couple that's there, carrying 5 of those, because you can't even put any more than 3 on you anyway. So just having the extra 5, I think, is a little overkill in some cases. But
yes, but it also, because the armor system is a little BS in my opinion. Because if you have like 90% of a shield and you use one, it takes the whole fucking thing.
I would agree with that too. Yeah,
it's like, oh, I took a little bit of damage. Okay, now I've got to use 2 extra ones. I had to use one whole one to repair that little tiny bit. But whatever. So I mean, I understand why there's 5, because if you have a little bit of one taken off, then at least you can use that one to repair and still have 2 more to. Yeah,
they can. I mean, to be fair, they can just change that to where it takes up that same amount of space no matter what, right?
Yes, I wish they would, because I think it's bullshit if you have 90% shield and then you have to use a whole one to replace that little 10% sliver.
Right. That. So. But I mean, I like the drop-ins. The battles are fun. Getting the plunder part of it, which is something I've been playing as well. I absolutely love plunder. The concept of being able to get as much money as you possibly can and figure out the best way to get it out. Because as long as you're holding the money, you're still in the lead, and you can get rid of it with either a balloon or a helicopter. And it's just a matter of, do I want to stay in battle with these people to try to keep them out of the lead, or hunt them down, or do I want to stay away from everyone and try to gather as much money as I can that way, and just try to grab balloons and push them out? So you have like different ways of playing that game, and I think that part of it is pretty awesome. Also, I started yesterday, Doom Eternal came out. I'm a massive Doom fan. Started playing Doom, and oh my god, it's where the other one left off in the fact of, oh, here's your difficulty. Remember how hard it was to beat at the very end of that? Oh, by the way, we're just going to continue the game on. And so I got to the first boss fight last night, which took me a few hours to get to, but I got to the first boss fight, and holy shit, did they knock it up another level, because they're like, here's your boss. Here you go. You think you're one? Oh, here you go. It reminds me of a lot of Sekiro in the respect to so what I was saying before we got everything got messed up was that Sekiro is what it reminds me of with the new bosses, the way that they're set up, is basically how Sekiro, where you end up fighting a boss and then you might beat him down to a particular point and then you have to continue to fight that boss again. That's what they're doing with the new Doom, and I absolutely love the fact they're doing this, because they're knocking everything up a notch and then they're going, oh, and here you go again. So when your frustration level gets so high and you're about to rage quit anyway, they give you another reason to rage quit. So it's really, really well done so far, and I'm excited about it. But that's what I played.
One question on that, because I've seen the stream of it a few times. Whenever somebody comes up across like certain bosses, it'll pop up a tutorial on how to beat the boss.
They tell you the weak points that are on there. You can turn that off.
Okay, good.
You can.
I think that is fucking awful.
You can turn that off, but it also means you have to be able to do it.
Hey, that's fine. I mean, that's part of the game. I mean, Doom is supposed to be hard and difficult. I just think
but to be fair, like in this particular
tutorial thing,
universal hint, aim for the glowing bits.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Well, actually, no. In this particular case, no.
Or the universal tip is shoot it until it dies.
Yeah, well, but to be fair, the way that the guns work in Doom and the characters, like the bad guys and stuff work in there, the guns that you have, certain guns are going to work better against certain type of creatures. Just like, there's a lot of games that are out there. So, and it's no different in Doom. So basically, if you understand how the gun works and how it reacts to certain materials, we'll say, then you'll understand this is the gun I need to use for this part, and then I can use the other stuff. So it's just understanding how the guns work. Yeah, but it's like
or just shotgun everything.
Hell yeah!
Eventually, it'll die.
First boss shotgun doesn't work, but cool. Nice thought process.
There's somebody out there right now that is beating the first boss with a shotgun only, and he is laughing his way to the bank too.
So, but yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it. What you got, Baka?
I have been playing WoW. I played Smash Brothers. I finished the Spirit story mode because I stopped going through it because I got bored at some point. So
isn't that thing like super long, like a really long map?
You do the light half, and then you go through do the dark half, and then from there you go to another little map where you go around fighting the spirits, and as you do, depending on which side you're doing the spirits, it'll shift from light to dark. So depending on which boss you want to fight, or if you want to fight both of them at the same time, like I did.
Oh gosh.
You keep it balanced. So I cleared everything, kept it balanced, and fought both of them at the same time at the end of it to get the good ending.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I started Borderlands pre-sequel with my sister last night because we cannot play in the same room right now. She can't come over because, scary. So we started that in an online thing, which we spent the first half hour troubleshooting microphone stuff over Discord. So,
well, we fixed it. That's all good.
Yeah, the technology is great when it works. But
not a keyword when it works.
We started pre-sequel, and I realized that having my sister play Borderlands 2 early on with me has affected how she plays every game, and I have accidentally turned her into a loot goblin. So now she's like, not only does she know she can search all of the crates and stuff that you normally see in a Borderlands game, but in pre-sequel, I made the mistake of telling her that in this one town, like your main hub city, they have dumpsters that you can check for loot stuff too. And I made the mistake of telling her that I found a legendary in the trash can in the dumpster one time. And so now she gets overly excited about dumpsters in the game.
So now your sister's
goblin.
Yeah,
Don't
she sounds
tell
like a
her about
dumpster diver to me.
gambling.
Well, the thing is
Loot
there
goblin.
is the gambling aspect of it, because like at Moxie's, you can always go and play the slot machines. She doesn't like that. She wants to open containers, and that's it. Like, it doesn't matter what's in there. It's exciting if she can pick it up. Like,
Ooh, I know. Perfect game for her then.
What's
Diablo 3.
oh god.
Like, it's literally just you spam buttons and you whirlwind through mobs, and then lots of glowy sparkles fly out.
Well, whenever we're to a point where she can come back to the house, then she can play it on your account, because I don't own that game. So, but she had fun with that. Like, we both just needed some distraction and de-stress, so we didn't talk about work or anything like that for the most part. And I let her drive the first car that we got, and she immediately drove us off a cliff.
I would
So-
expect
That
nothing
sounds
less.
like my driving.
I mean, I'm just gonna say that our driving skills must run in the family.
Yeah, that's why there is none.
I don't
That's
know.
why
Does
we
she
do a lot
crash
of
horses into
walking.
rocks?
Well, I don't know. I mean, she did okay with that in Red Dead when she was playing, but now we don't really drive. We just walk, because most of the stuff you don't have to drive in Borderlands. It's just that's the faster way to do it. So we're walking everywhere unless we have to have a car. But it was fun. I mean, it was a nice little stress relief thing, and I'm glad that there's stuff that we can play together online. She doesn't have a huge catalog of games yet of her own, but
At least she's
You
got
know.
some.
yeah. So that's what I did. It was fun. Would recommend.
That is why the internet is so important, especially during times like this. We can social distance right next to each other.
Well, the thing is,
You
like,
could-
she doesn't even live that far away. It's just like we can't be in the same house or same room, so whatever.
Do not warn her about the mimics.
And
The treasure chests that come to life. In it's in one of the parts in the
It's-
pre-sequel, isn't it?
no, that's in Tiny Tina's Bunkers and Badasses campaign
Oh,
Oh,
in Borderlands 2. So, which I don't
Dang.
know if she's got all of the DLC. Actually, I think we might have played that DLC. Yeah, we
Yeah, we
did.
might
We
have.
played that one.
I was about to say if she's turned into a loot goblin, just let her loot them all, and one of them will just come alive to attack her.
No, we did play that, but yeah, she's... Like, I was trying to, like, figure out one of the jumping things, because early on in that game, it's like, you've got to get on top of the city as, like, rooftops, essentially, and plug in some stuff for Moxie. And I'm trying to figure out how to make this one jump, and she's like, ooh, there's 2 dumpsters over there. I'll be right back. I'm like, the quest! The quest!
She's like one of the things I always complain about. Well, we're playing Sea of Thieves, and she's like Alyssa with the freaking sunken ships, because you can see the birds from a distance when you see a sunken ship in the game, and it's the same thing. It's one of those where we're headed this way, and I'll go downstairs for something, and next thing I know, the boat's pulling up far off to the right from where we were going, because of the fact that she was, ooh, sunken ship. I gotta have the stuff in the ship, and it's like, oh my god, why? We're headed this way. Why did we move? Because ship. Okay, whatever. I don't even care anymore. Oh, she's doing the same thing. That's great. With dumpsters.
Yeah. That's always something you want to hear from family. Oh, look, new dumpsters.
oh, look, new dumpsters. There might be stuff inside of there. Yeah, there might be. There might
It's
not
your fault
be.
for getting
but
a
there might
legendary out of one. You didn't get a legendary one time.
Yeah, well, she would have figured out that you could loot stuff out of it anyway and would have been opening them regardless of whether or not I told her that, probably. She would have been less excited about them, maybe, but she still would have been like, let's open every single one. She gets mad when I open them. I'm like, we share ammo!
She said, no, it's hers. Stop touching her stuff.
I know. It's like anything that we loot out of things like that, we're gonna share except for weapons. Which she was picking up everything. Little loot goblin.
The little loot goblin.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
Well, let's talk about some news stuff.
Well, let's talk. Well, since we were talking about the fact that there are things to do, while we need to find things to do because we're all locked at home right now.
Well, you should be locked at home right now, people. If you're not locked at home, you're doing it wrong. Please.
One of the other things Chicken played this past week, which I think you forgot about, was Resident Evil 3's demo.
Yes, I knew that I had an
He
article
mentioned
about
it,
so I'd remember
and then he
it.
got distracted by talking about the other one.
I
Yes.
gotcha. So remake demo, Chicken, I'll let you take it away, what you thought of it and all that good stuff.
Okay, first of all, again, it's one of those things where I have such an odd way of when I play games, I have to like break down the gameplay and the mechanics to figure out how to optimally play it. Because as soon as I started getting into it, I was like, okay, how does it work? How is it different than Resident Evil? Well, the knife is permanent. Like in Resident Evil 2, knives were fragile. They would break after so many uses, and you could use them to get zombies off of you. Okay, this one, no, you can't. Your knife is permanent. It doesn't do very much damage, and you can't stab zombies to push them off of you. There's only a dodge mechanic. Holy shit, the window is very fucking skinny, too. Like, it is hard to dodge zombies, so your best option is just to shoot them, poke them on the ground, and then back the fuck up and shoot them some more. You don't want to play close like you could with Leon, because it's just different play styles. Also, one of the small things, they open doors differently, which is...
Does that matter?
No, but it's interesting to see them like design the characters' design change how they interact with the world. Because Leon is much broader and bigger. He just slams through doors when he goes through. Her, she'll walk up and like push through doors because she's not as broad, so she's not going to literally slam through them. So she has to like push them open. It's different. You can feel the difference in the door, but regardless.
Little things.
The zombies, yeah, it's the little things that make games. It makes games go from good to great, and everybody knows that too. They play games where they find little details in them that are just like, wow, that's impressive. But I enjoyed the demo. I spent far too much time trying to kill Nemesis. I'm pretty confident you can't kill him in the demo, because I did everything. Like I almost did everything optimally. And I still ran out of everything.
I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to kill him.
Yeah, you could never kill him in the original. The best you could do was it basically scared him off.
Well, no, I've watched people play Resident Evil 3. You can knock him down to where he does not get back up and he drops a special loot whenever you do take him down. But it pretty much takes almost everything you've possibly got up to that moment. You have to do it precisely. But you can't take him down, and he drops special stuff. So I'm pretty sure that you'll be able to take him down again. But the motherfucker's goddamn Spider-Man. Like, you hit him once, and he'll just, like, throw his, like, tentacle up into the air and just disappear. And then he'll come slamming down somewhere, and then he just starts charging at you. It's like, oh, God! And if you try to run away from him, he'll grapple up and then slam down in front of where you're running. Basically, it's almost like Goku from Dragon Ball Z just slams and slides in front of you, and then he looks at you where you're going, and then just starts running after you. It's like, oh, fuck that shit. Okay. But if you time your dodge properly, you can get around him pretty well. It was a short demo, just fine. I played it like 4 times. I enjoyed the shit out of it. It only took me 3 minutes to beat it. 3 minutes and 3 seconds to beat it when I actually focused, or when I tried to speedrun it.
3 minutes.
Which, yeah. 3 minutes, because I knew how to get to exactly through there. Probably could have got it in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but I got hit a couple of times.
Was it like a Metal Gear game now, or like?
Yeah.
My bad.
I enjoyed it, like everything they've got. I don't know how Claire or how Jill is going to be in this one. She was a little snippety in this. Yeah, so we'll see how her character arches out across the whole thing. Maybe she'll be different by the end of it, because this is like a remade Jill, so I don't know if they're going canon from Resident Evil the first Resident Evil into this, or if this new Resident Evil remake is a whole different universe and the characters. Because Leon was pretty close, but Jill seems from the little snip, so we don't know what she's been through up to that point. So we'll see. It's a lot of fun. One more week, next Thursday. Not this Thursday, but next Thursday it comes out, next Friday, something like that.
And everyone can download it and stay at home.
Yes, exactly. Speaking of staying at home, this Friday, Resident Evil Resistance goes live at March 27th. Is going to be an open beta. If you're interested and you're like, maybe to see what it's about and whatnot, download it, try it out. You're all stuck at home anyway. Might as well try it.
There you go.
And that goes live March 27th. So.
While you're stuck at home as well, Square Enix is making Tomb Raider from 2013 as well as Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris free on Steam until looks like midnight Monday night Eastern time.
So you'll have about 9 hours once this airs, if it goes out on Monday, to be able to still get it.
Yeah. So if you haven't got a chance to play it, I enjoyed the Tomb Raider reboot. I enjoyed it. I'm not sure about Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris, but you know, I haven't played it, but it gives me an opportunity to get it, so I'm okay with that. So make sure that you take advantage of that deal. A lot of people are trying to make sure that people can stay at home. People aren't able to go to theaters right now, as well. Of course, Disney has made the new Star Wars movie available pretty quick for release, and then their new movie Onward, you can pay $20 and buy, or it goes on Disney Plus in a couple weeks. But rent? On top of,
you can pay $20 to rent it because it's
on Onward it's buy.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Some of them are rent. Trolls is rent for $20.
Okay.
Damn, $20 to rent a movie? Shit.
But it's $20 to rent a movie that's in theaters.
Yeah, so basically think of it as
technically you're buying a movie ticket.
Yes.
Yeah, you're saving money actually. Yes. If you think about it, if you got a couple of you.
I've got to say this whole COVID-19 thing is really like forcing industries forward. It's like, all right, guys, you guys have been stuck in the 70s and 80s for long. Here we go. The internet. You can do everything online now. No more movie theaters. Or yeah, still movie theaters, but you people have the option to buy movie tickets at home and watch it on their own.
Yeah, because I was about to say I don't think that's going to go away.
Yeah, movie theaters will be fine, but people will have options, and they'll be able to hit a broader audience if they do things. Yeah,
like there's people out there that like going to the theater.
Yeah,
so.
There will still be theaters, but there will be more options than just theaters.
Yes.
Yep. And then on top of that, you've got Sonic the Hedgehog. If you're wanting to see that movie, it's coming out digitally on March the 31st, so a lot quicker than it originally planned. I think Birds of Prey is out as well, or is coming out soon.
Harley Quinn's Birds of Prey.
That's the one they had to rename.
Yeah, they changed the name. They changed the name of it. It's because it wasn't doing well, so they had to stick a name on there, and they're like, okay, well, it's not doing well enough. Let's stick Harley Quinn's Birds of Prey on there.
A lot easier to say, oh, we're going to see Harley Quinn. Oh, okay, I got you.
I don't think that... Okay, carry on.
It makes a huge difference, trust me.
Well, unless you're a comic book fan, then it makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, well, if all of those comic fans would have went to see the movie, I doubt it would have done as bad. But apparently they don't care. So
well, they didn't want to go see it because they already know Warner Brothers screws up their movies.
Yeah.
They don't really stick with the lore. They just kind of go with like, oh well, you know, let's go with this formula because it works for every other movie, and we'll just slap the DC characters in it.
Cinema universe, comic universe, they're separate. They only share
Marvel
a name.
Marvel does the same thing, but they're still feeling that they're similar enough between the two.
True, but that's a different way of doing things.
Well, we're not here to argue about comics, so carry on.
I'm just saying my piece.
All right,
it's nerd culture.
Yeah,
if you want, If you want proof that we've all been at home, here we go, folks. Here's some numbers for you. All right. Evidently, we've shut down Xbox Live once because the demand was too high.
I thought it's been shut down
several times. It's shut down several times recently.
I've seen 3 tweets on 3 different days in which they were having issues.
I will tell you this. If you're already logged into Xbox Live, and I only know this because we had to deal with it. If you're already logged into Xbox Live and it goes down and you keep your your Xbox running, anything logged into that, you still can see who is online and invite them into games and be able to play. We were able to take advantage of that for Modern Warfare Warzone, as well as Sea of Thieves. So while everybody else was struggle busing, we were able to access. So that was nice.
Hell yeah.
On top of that, you had Steam broke its own concurrent record once again. 22 million people online
and it just broke
Saturday.
Its record. Like, I mean,
Yes.
It just made a record, and then it broke it, and then it broke it again. Like, holy shit. That's a lot of people at home, which is a good thing. People stay at home. Self-distance, social distance, hang out with your cat and your computer. That's all you need. Cat, computer, and toilet paper.
Yes.
Modern Warfare Warzone has seen over 30 million players in 10 days.
Again, everybody's at home.
Yep. So.
Okay. Those were the numbers that I wanted to see. Respawn's Apex Legends saw 2.5 million in the first 24 hours after launch, and 10 million within 3 days, and 25 million within a week. So, I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Because I know Fortnite...
It took to get 30 million players, it took 11 weeks for Fortnite.
Yeah.
And they've done it in 10 days.
That's crazy.
But now I would also argue PUBG was a paid BR. Fortnite was the first free BR. So
yeah.
it was a start of a genre where Call of Duty already had a base that was there, and you already have a base of BR people that want to find a new BR to play.
Yeah, but I mean, you could say then the best comparison would be Apex, and it didn't even come close until a week later.
Right, but I would also argue.
But again, it's a new.
But
IP,
I would also think too, because you're a week out from when it released, and they already have solos. Where's our solos at Apex? Oh wait, we ran it one special in June last year. I mean, come on.
I do like having solos. It is fun to just kind of drop in, do your thing, and
I like the fact that I can lock my team. So if I want to run as duos, or if I want to run by myself into a squad, in through squads, I can do it without ever having to fill my squad, which I think is great.
I have to say I have such a hard time doing duos in that game because like I was watching a streamer last night. He ran up, and I've done this too. Like he ran up, popped one, popped another, finished one off, and he's like, yeah, and then the fucking third one, and he's like, it's always a fucking third one. There's always a third bitch around a door somewhere. It's like,
Third teamed.
It doesn't matter how good you are. Like, if you're playing duos, you just are in that mindset of where it's 2v2, and then you realize that it's 2v3, and that third bastard just pulls a gun out of the corner. And
that's why you should never celebrate early.
Yes.
Like I said, I'm always in the mindset of, like, if I'm playing duos, I'm looking for duos, and it's hard to break that state of mind while I'm in the zone. Gotta be in the zone, man.
In the zone.
Why do you make it weird?
Auto zone.
Stop.
This is why she can't take us anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's
that and another reason now.
Yeah, there's another.
Before, this is why she couldn't take us anywhere.
There was a before. I don't even remember it anymore. It's been so long.
Oh Lord. All right, so what else we got to talk about?
She's so loud.
I'm sorry.
Now Modern Warfare 2 remaster.
She's a special guest, everybody. So if you hear meowing in your ear, there is a small cat near Grif's microphone.
Small? That's small.
That is small.
She's small cat. But yes, like Baka said, Their Call of Duty Modern Warfare campaign remaster spotted on the Korea ratings board, and I had a fun time explaining to Snitty what Call of Duty Modern Warfare, because I told him to download Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and he's like, isn't that game from like 9, 10, 12 years ago? And I was like, no, that's Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. And he's like, what? I was like, yes, okay, they remade the old game but took out the 4, so it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare. The original was Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
They did not remake the old game, by the way. Trust me, for somebody that played through both campaigns, they did not fucking remake the game.
He's just like,
They gave me a good plot line for 6 whole hours.
So, okay, this is why this confuses the shit out of me. This game is called Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Okay, is that a sequel to the one back in 2009? Or is it an actual sequel to this one? Because that one should be Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare 2. And it says that this is going to be a sequel to the one that they just came out with because there's no other number in it.
Yeah, this should be COD4 MW2 is what this should be.
Yeah,
but
COD
it's not.
4 Modern Warfare 2, but instead this is just people are going to think this is a sequel from the most recent one.
Which I'm guaranteeing that's what they're trying to cash in on. But to be fair, one of my favorites is Modern Warfare 2. Like the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is one of my favorites because of the co-op that they had in that game was really well done.
Well,
but we'll just have to see.
Yeah, we will see.
You know, if we can, if they can redo a game from, what was it, 2009? Yeah.
Yep.
So... redo a game from 2009, not 2011, man. I know you think every game's from 2011, but it's not.
2011 is when everything came out. That's when the world started. We're only 9 years old now.
So it's sad that you look at these numbers and you go, wait, this game's how old? It's like, so you look at it and go, all right, well, I got 11 years. All right, cool. Oh. I played the hell out of that game though, a lot. That co-op on it was so good. Loved it. So evidently Microsoft. Go ahead. What'd you say?
I was gonna say, since we're keeping with at home things, Overwatch has a new hero coming.
Yeah, Echo. Now I've talked a billion times about power creep, people,
and this is it.
Mm-hmm.
Like. This takes it to a different level because from one of the play of the games that I've seen, she could transform herself into other heroes.
Yeah.
Okay, and she has 650% charge ratio for whoever she's playing. Yeah, their ult, whoever she's copying. Yes. She was copied as a Reaper, and she shot a couple of times and finished her ulted immediately. And then shot Roadhog 4 times and had another ult and ulted immediately after that too. It's like,
yeah, she got 2 Reaper ults in one play of the game clip, and play of the game clips are 25 seconds. So within a 25-second window, she got 2 ultimates from a character that she was.
That's a bit OP for any type of power creep. That's
I think if she's going to copy them, it should be the same percentage on the ults on all of them.
Well, I say if they're going to do that, then you're taken out as soon as you use your ult. Like you get put on a cooldown and you lose your copied form.
Yeah.
You go back to her original form. You should not be able to go bam, 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 ult. Bam, 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 ult again. Could you imagine Zenyatta going ding, 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 ult, ding, 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 ult again? It's like, oh yeah, that's
never kill
fucking balanced. What the hell is wrong with, especially the pro players? All they got to do is hit like 4 balls and then boom, they get another ult. That is so busted.
There's a glitch with her that if she tries to copy another Echo, like she tries to copy an enemy Echo or something like that, it glitches the game out a little bit. And I think that she can kill herself with Hammond's ult if she uses Hammond's ult while she's in the copy form and then comes out of it and runs into one of the mines. It will kill her. So
play the game, watch it die right afterwards.
Well, that would suck. That if you could, like, as soon as you ulted, then you'd pop out of her form.
But I mean, I wonder if they use the negative stuff like that to justify the positive of it. But I think that you get more gain out of the positive side than you do the negative.
Yeah.
Also,
for
people are upset because it's another DPS hero, and we need more tanks and supports, to be honest. I mean, especially with the way that they're doing the round robin banning thing, where it bans out like 2-2. I don't know if it bans out 2-2 and 2, or if it's just 6 randoms that it bans. But
I think it's 4 randoms.
Is it 4? Well, people are upset because 2 weeks in a row now it's banned out 2 supports. And your support pool is already small. Your tank pool is already small. Why did you add another DPS hero? Why do you not? And I know Jeff Kaplan has said, we've got tanks and supports that are in the works. Okay, stop working on the DPS heroes and focus on the tanks and supports, because they're the ones that you need to get in the game.
I don't understand why she wasn't a support hero. Like, I just cannot comprehend why they didn't make
character model
shield.
looks. Her character model looks like a support, by the way.
It insinuates
to me,
that she would be a support character.
Like a shield support character, what Symmetra used to be. Like, holy shit. And because you need a different style of support too, you could have done a shield supporter and she would have been perfect. Put shields on your allies, put barriers up, basically AoE control with a shield supporting. Instead, you could have done that and make it OP as fuck.
She could have. She could have also had the capability of being able to send out, like, so you have your entire team. Her to send out some type of mirage style duplicate
like
sent
the
out
decoy in
from
Halo.
putting.
Halo Reach.
Yeah, exactly.
So her to send out of one of her characters, so that way they're communicating. Send it out of somebody goes out one direction, everybody shoots that way, and that person's
like
actually
your
headed the other way.
McCree
Or
has
whatever.
an ult, so they send the decoy McCree out, to the left. Real McCree ults from the right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's strong. It's not OP because it, after a while you'd probably be able to differentiate between that guy just ran in a straight line. He's probably the fake. Versus
how incredible would it be if you could do something like that, and then like the other McCree gets another spot, so she makes one McCree walk out the door and the other McCree somewhere else, and then if he ults, his copy ults too, so you don't know which one's the real one that's ulting.
I don't think you should do that. I think it should specifically just be like the decoy.
Well, it's a one tap, so if someone pops it, it disappears, so you know the other one's real. It literally just adds a second into
whether or not you can help your teammates.
Yeah.
Well, and you could, and theoretically, based on what Grif was just saying, you could actually make it to where it duplicates movement. So if real McCree is moving from point A to point B and doing a certain actual movement the way a human would do, the other would do the same thing too, just wherever it was pointed, right?
Yeah.
So you could kind of change how that works, but I look at the character, I thought it was going to straight up be support.
So did I.
I mean, when we saw her in the McCree Ash short, like a couple of years ago, she looked like she was going to be a support character, and it's like, okay, fine, I can't wait till the support comes out. Oh, she's a DPS.
Yeah,
and DPS. It means the DPS queues just got a lot longer because, well, when she releases to open game, because there's already a line for DPS. Like, if you want to play a DPS character in the new queue system, you're going to be in queue for quite a while because everybody wants to play DPS and there's a million of you. But adding a specific DPS, you're going to have people that just want to try her out, which means that queue is going to get 10 times longer.
So do you correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they kind of put her as a support character in the last video that they did from BlizzCon?
I don't think so. I think the only time we've seen her was the McCree one. McCree Ash one.
I thought she came in at the end on the other one, but maybe not. But because I've seen her before, and that's the only thing I can think of seeing her from.
I don't think that she was in the one with Genji and Doomfist and Mercy and them. I don't think she was in that one. I want to say she wasn't.
She might have been.
If she was, it was very quick.
I think. Yeah, she was. She came in
because it was an announcement almost for her, right?
Oh, was it the big fight, the big battle?
Yeah, the big battle where they had the big.
She came in at the very end with everybody, like when all the other heroes came in, because that's Overwatch 2 announcement and whatnot, or whatever. And I think she came in at the end. She didn't do anything. She just
didn't do anything. She
swooped
just showed
in
up,
at the end.
But if I remember, like she swoops in and almost goes over to because somebody shot, right?
Yeah.
When somebody shot,
76 was hit.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. But I just remember the face then, and that's why I thought, oh, support. Okay.
Let me
Yeah,
tell you,
it's-
as somebody
again-
who is a support main, yeah, I'm pretty miffed that she was not a support, or that we haven't gotten another support in a while. Our last new support was Moira, wasn't it? No, Brigida.
No,
Brigida came after
No,
Moira.
no, it was what's his face with where he.
Oh,
Oh,
Baptiste.
Baptiste.
Yeah. Oh. I guess he was last year. I don't remember
Yeah,
when
it was
Baptiste came out.
last.
Do they just do one each
Last-
year now? Is
I
that what they're
don't
doing?
know, to be honest. I guess it's whenever they're done with a character, they can put it out, but we've still got a full lineup of DPS, and your support and tanks are lacking. So, you know. I guess they're having a hard time figuring out how to put a support in with the power creep. Without duplicating, like, a Moira. Or a stronger Ana, I guess you could do. I haven't played in a long time either, so I'm kind of salty about it, but at the same time I kind of don't care because I've lost a lot of interest.
Yeah, they really. I stopped playing in September. I played once in December, and I haven't played since. Just other things to play. I don't care for Overwatch. So yeah. it is
Well,
what
WoW
it is.
has taken up our time.
Oh, that's true too. I have less time to dedicate to things at the moment.
Yeah. Well, it's a balance. You're home. Well, we should all be
I
home
wish
a
I
little
was.
more. 6 feet away from each other and carry a bottle of disinfectant on you. If anybody looks at you wrong, you spray it in their eyes and run.
No, don't listen to him. We are not
I'm
doing
kidding.
that.
Don't. Just stay away from people. It's the simplest way to do. I've been training for this my whole life.
And instead of handshakes,
Being an
just do
introvert,
the Vulcan
that's
thing.
your.
Yeah, exactly. You just elbow bump. You're like, hey, what's up?
Just don't touch me.
But no, I'm against the elbow bump. Feet. Use your feet.
Just
Because
do
if you
the Vulcan
look,
thing.
they're teaching us to sneeze and cough into our elbows, and then we're hitting each other's elbows. Come on. Then the next thing we do is we're putting our face back into that area that we sneezed in. No, don't do it.
Ugh. Well, I mean,
Or
you
you can
sneeze in
do-
it, you don't sniff it. You're like,
Or-
oh yeah, elbow. Yeah.
Or you can do
Doesn't
the
matter.
thing like the aliens
airborne.
do in Galaxy Quest, where they their hands are close and they just kind of do that in a circular motion. And,
We got this down.
Stay away from me. Look at
The group's just like, stay away from me. Just keep your ass away.
In kind of a cryptic, weird way. I'm not sure if it's related to what's currently going on or not, or if it's just one of those things that was an honest mistake. Microsoft eventually they ended up revealing that the Xbox Series X will be out Thanksgiving of 2020, but they've since retracted that launch date. So I'm guessing that they're probably trying to see what's going on more on the world stage on whether or not they even need to release this year, is my guess. And they pulled that out, but it was already a set thing to release it, and they forgot, oh shit, and pulled it back.
That would be awful if they released it on Black Friday. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
could you
At
this
this
thing-
point,
hopefully
we're not
this
having
thing
Black
is
Friday.
gone.
Black Friday is canceled. Black Friday is online.
no, it's not. People will go out in it.
Well, it depends if the National Guard is sent out and people are not allowed to leave.
We'll see if we get to that point by then, but
I mean, if well, I mean, we'll be on the downslope in a post dystopian world at that point.
it's like, stop going out, people, please. But yeah, you might break the internet that day if it is just online sales for.
Speaking of such, the EU had to tell Netflix to stop streaming in high def because they were breaking their internet, and Netflix agreed. They're like, okay, in Europe you can only stream in standard definition now.
That's crazy. Be watching a lot on a computer then instead of on a big television. That pixelization would drive me insane. Oh no. It's like I grew up with this shit. I don't want to see it again. Potatoes. Why? Why am I watching potatoes? Testing for Halo 2 is coming to PC soon for, of course, the Master Chief Collection. Gradually adds more and more as we go. We just got the new Combat Evolved. So the Halo 2 anniversary
Man, they're kicking those things out fast. I got to give them credit. It's been what? We got Halo Reach in November or in December, and then Halo at the beginning of this month or last month?
Last month.
It was 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
It was the beginning of It was the beginning of March.
Okay, so it took about 3 months to get that one out, which means 3 months. June will probably be that one, and then September we'll get Halo 3.
Yep.
Well, I'll be down with quarantine by then.
Are they still fixing? Are they going to fix the freaking problem with the mouse versus the keyboard issue? I mean,
Probably
mouse
not.
versus the controller issue that they were having?
No.
No.
Short of rebuilding the entire infrastructure of how that game was made, I doubt it. Because the game was built as a console game. Like, that's what it is. That's what it was built on. That's what the structure is built from.
Reach was. Halo Combat Evolved was not. Halo Combat Evolved was built on PC.
Does it have the same issues?
It
Does it say have the same issues?
I don't know. I'm not really 100% sure.
Yeah, I don't follow it enough. So, I mean, it probably does not or does not have the same issues as Reach then.
Yeah. So, it'd be interesting to see
Yeah.
if people are still having the same issue. But then you got all these people that were used to playing mouse and keyboard that switch back over to controller in order to be able to be more accurate. Then have to go back to, like, depending on which version you're playing, depends on what do you have to play on. I just got to get good at everything. I don't get it. Everything. Let's get good. Why? As we stated before, of course, E3 is canceled. But Microsoft and Ubisoft are announcing plans for digital events because E3 is not happening, which we kind of figured was going to happen. This is one of those things where we thought everybody would have to adjust to it. So we'll see. In June, they should be. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of these. And if it were me, I would follow the same schedule as E3.
Yes.
Like, I would just get with the other people.
Other's toes.
Yeah, just say, hey, let's do the exact same times we'd planned on before, and everybody do their own thing. Just because, to be fair, what's going on in the world is a lot more important right now than your sales. So just give us some happy moment at the end of the day and allow us all to be able to appreciate it.
And if E3 is smart, they will be the ones to coordinate and keep everything together so that they can stream it all under E3's umbrella. Because if not, Ubisoft has their own channel. They'll do it on their time, and people are gonna have to find a directory on their own.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ubisoft did that anyway.
Yeah,
maybe. You kind of see what kind of relationship they have that's on there. I don't know. Just kind of have to see how the different. If you can get them all to agree and not step on each other's toe, it'd be perfect. But you might have one of those moments where EA and Activision are trying to go head to head at the exact same time type deal because they seem to be always button anyway. So we will see. Grif is going to be happy-ish, even though really she has nothing to do with this in any way whatsoever. None of us do because we refuse to put this on our PCs. But the Epic Game Store now has a wish list. Hey, welcome to those people. We are now at, the beginning of all clients ever having a wish list. Yay. So now you've improved a product.
it took 15
Why am I
months.
happy about that?
Because you've been bitching about the fact they didn't have anything. Now they have one item. They have wish lists now.
So Grif goes, and then back to the same old.
Like, you still can't buy more than one game at a time. You still don't have a chat. You still don't have a review system.
All I'm saying, like, this top comment kills me. Okay, so it's been 15 months since the release, and they put the wish list on. At this rate, for 15 months per feature, it will take 75 years for them to get on Steam's level. And hopefully Steam just stays the same for the next 75 years, and then we'll finally have a competing business. Which I do not see happening.
Nope. Well, and some of their money's dropping right now too, because it's going over to Warzone versus people going to put it into Fortnite.
Yep. Fortnite's on the down. Like, it's definitely not growing like it used to.
I will say this though. I watched a couple of streamers that normally do Fortnite that have moved over to Warzone, and their numbers were about comparable from what they've been. But when they switched back to Fortnite for one day, their numbers went way up, like they were started, like Ninjas and some of the other ones that moved over to Mixer. And then I looked at some of the ones on Twitch, and it was the same way. And I was like, okay, so it's those people going, I don't like realistic, I like cartoons.
It's kids, and I'm gonna say that's gonna hurt them in the long run, because people, especially streamers, sometimes will feel pressured to do something that helps their livelihood rather than helps their happiness. And being isolated like that, it will ruin your mentality as you go on. You'll start resenting the people that watch you because they're forcing you to play something you don't enjoy. Right. And that is a very common issue with streamers. That's why some streamers are just basically like, fuck you guys. I'm going to play what I want to play. If you don't want to watch it, go somewhere else. I don't care. I'm going to enjoy playing games. I'm not going to do it because you're making me.
Well, there's two ways, when you're talking about streaming, there's two things to look at. Yes, it's a business, but secondly, the person that's running the business is you. So if you're a streamer, you have an option that's there. You can continue to play the same games over and over and over again and get your numbers up, but realize you don't want to lock yourself into a game. If you lock yourself into a game, either the minute that game is no longer a thing, or the minute that there's another hot item that's out there, you're done. You've got to be able to adapt with whatever's going on, and people need to be there for you anyway. You should be the reason they're there, not necessarily the game you're playing. The game is there to bring them in, but you're there for that particular
the game
point.
is just the background sound that you guys agree and interact with.
Right. Sony. Of course, Sony has its new game out called Dreams, which is I'm assuming it's a building style game where you can build games in it, considering what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, I had to look it up to check it, and it's basically like a game that offers a bunch of modability that you can kind of design things as you want, and
it's irony that it's on Sony's platform that's kind of anti-mod, right? I'm just saying.
I know, right? I find it ironic too that somebody made this and they didn't think that this would happen. I mean, if you touch Mario, you gonna get shut down. I mean, that's pretty much how it goes.
That's an IP Nintendo does not share.
No, not in any stretch of the imagination.
Somebody made Super Mario game inside of Dreams, just to clarify.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's gotten shut down. I'm sure there's going to be other IPs that are going to be the same way. Guys, if you want the same experience for, like, you're going, oh, I want a Mario-like land that I can build things and people can kind of figure out what's going on. You can actually stay right on the edge if you want to where the gameplay, everything's exactly the same. You can still have giant mushrooms, because guess what? Mushrooms, they're an actual thing in real life. And, unless you think the maker of Smurfs is going to come at you about it because you made a mushroom house or something. But, I mean, literally just stay with just stay where you're not messing with somebody else's IP and nobody's going to say anything. According to the person, which is Piece of Craft, which is interesting, that created it, said that they no longer have access to it in any way whatsoever, but they do have a backup plan in place. So they knew this was going to happen. That's the way I look at this. They knew it was going to happen. And my guess is they are going to change what the character looks like, and most of the other stuff they can kind of change a little.
I would be careful because, like they said right there, it's a slap on the wrist. Sony's like, hey, Nintendo told us about this, and we do not want to get into a battle royale with them. Like, these two companies do not, so just untag it and remove it.
Yeah, because it's they're gonna lose it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's pretty easy to see that is Mario, because it is Mario. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
It's legit. It's Mario. Absolutely legit. It's Mario. Well, but I think you change it. Like, you can change what the character looks like completely. It doesn't look like Mario in any way whatsoever. Change the way the aesthetics of the coins look, the blocks look, all that stuff. You can change that. The world itself doesn't have to change that much because it's I mean, you just change the color of the brick alone, and you can go along with it because that's how parodies and stuff work. And then put something funny in it. Boom, done. It's parody.
Yeah,
Finished.
I mean, look at how close Temtem was to Pokemon. Like, there's a lot of similar features, but it's different, and they're allowed to be like that. You can do the same thing with Mario. You just got to make sure you get enough away from the source material that you're not gonna get punched in the face.
Yeah, don't make him run into a castle fighting big giant
turtles,
turtle dragon thing. You know, setting up in the top. With a drawbridge that throws away.
Don't make him fight a gorilla either.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Let's avoid that.
Or a crocodile. Isn't there a crocodile in one of them too?
There was like it's like a toad in the second one, like a frog dude.
Yeah, it was a toad. That's what it was. Yeah. Something green. That's all I remember.
And you killed him by feeding him vegetables.
The best. How do you kill this? Feed vegetables. Done. Proof that vegetables are bad for you. That's not true. They're really good for you. Well, listen to what I was saying. It's probably what kids told their parents, though. It's just the way it is. Anything else we want to talk about?
I don't know. I think that covers all of the news stuff, right?
Yeah.
Stay inside. Wash your hands.
Yeah, stay inside, practice social distancing, people. We're all in this together, regardless. Like, this is a global thing, so no matter where you're at in the world, just we're gamers. We've been training for this for years. We have our games, we have movies, we've got plenty of stuff to entertain ourselves at home. I know it's weird that our society is changing so quickly, but as humans, we have to adapt and understand that this is where we're at for now. It will eventually go back to normal, but until then, just practice your social distancing, wash your hands, don't be in crowded rooms, just try to stay away from people. This thing spreads really easy.
And please keep track of your local numbers. Keep track of your local numbers as best you can, because you're going to see this big, huge scale of numbers that are going on, and you'll see whatever the numbers are that they're currently releasing at the time. And a lot of times it's what the total number's been worldwide over the entire thing that's going on. Look at what your active numbers are, but definitely look at your local numbers.
Well, and also look at how those local numbers are getting to you. In our local area, we found out that, all of these people got tested, but over half the tests were unusable. So keep in mind that your local...
now.
Just educate yourself on everything that's going on. I know a lot of us are usually really anti-news,
that being said, if you are getting one of the drive-through tests done, they're going to ask you to cough, which is really hard to do when you're not sick. Okay? Do not spit. Really get that it's not phlegm. The same thing. That is actually what messed up the tests in our local areas, is because they were not dry coughing, they were spitting. Yep. And so it messed up our local tests. So that, just a hint to everybody else, same thing. If you're going to get the test done and they run out of the other tests, something happens or whatever, and they don't have the swabs and you have to go to the cough test, just keep in mind that's when it is.
How are you told to cough and go instead of going?
Because people are dumb and they don't realize what they should be doing. They're like, oh yeah, whatever, this is just BS anyway, and then they'll just spit in the cup. This is a lot bigger of an issue than some people are making it, okay? This is, just keep an eye on your county, your area, watch your news, and keep up to date. Practice social distancing, wash your hands, just be safe, be smart, and stay healthy.
Yep, for sure.
Don't go up hugging random people.
No, do not. Absolutely
do not. Do it.
6 feet, motherfucker. I want my 6 foot stick with
no hugging parties anytime soon.
Yeah, no parties at all anytime soon.
All right, we do appreciate everybody that hangs out with us each and every week and Infinite Respawn. As always, you can check us out on Twitter at InfiniteResPC. You can check me out personally at MDBOaktree. Check out Grif.
At Grif Slynum.
Check out Chicken.
At Elite Chicken 313.
Check out Baka.
At Baka Pickle.
Also, make sure that you go to Grif's YouTube channel, where you got lots. Look, when you are sitting at home and you're looking for something to do, and you go, you know what? I have all this time on my hands and I need something to binge watch. Who better to binge watch than our own Grif Slime? Huh? Who?
She is
That's
kind
right.
of amazing. I mean,
Right?
I live
So,
with her and I watch her all day, so
Take
I
this
get live
opportunity.
action.
Take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to go back through and watch Grif as she gives you the greatest hits, like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Man," and things like that, where she just starts jumping over, falling over her own horse. Come on, there are things to do. She's got this
Yes.
down for you, I promise. Hours of entertainment right there, and it's free. As long as you got internet, it's free. You don't even have to pay a dime for it.
Technically,
Make sure you,
you
you
have
hit
to
the
pay for
subscribe and the
internet.
little bell button too. But other than that.
Ting.
Also, looking for entertainment? Go to twitch.tv/EliteChicken313. Chicken, what do you think you got this
Bloodborne?
week?
Bloodborne's right there. Do you see that? Do you see that? I'm
Right?
gonna smash that game. I'm gonna smash it. Smashed. We're smashing it. It's gonna be gone.
Smashing. It's a smashing good time. All right. Also,
is.
make sure you go to mixer.com/MDBOaktree where you can check me out just about every single day. Usually around 9 p.m. Eastern. Playing some Dune this week, some more Warzone, some more Sea of Thieves. There's no telling what you're going to see. For Infinite Respawn, I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Grif.
I'm chicken.
I'm Baka.
See ya.
Bye. Wash your hands and stay healthy.
Please hang up and try again.